Welcome back to Louisville Slugger Field. Downtown Louisville, the Bats and the Memphis Redbirds getting set for doubleheader action tonight. Kevin O'Neill in the studio. I'm Nick Curran in the GE Appliances press box. Memphis has won 9 straight games. The Bats have won 3 straight home series, looking to make it 4 consecutive home series wins if they can get one in this set, in this what is now a 7-game series over 6 days. Memphis winning game 1 yesterday. Warm evening, 88 degrees our game time temperature. That brought to you by DFH Heating and Cooling, Louisville's locally owned and operated heating and cooling expert since 1935. Inside your home is the same as tonight's game time temperature. Be sure to give DFH a call, 502-968-6222. Right-hander Riley O'Brien on the mound, now into his warm-up tosses as the Bats have taken the field. Big night tonight, not only a doubleheader, not only is it, $5 Sluggeritas from number 1 Tequila, as it is every Wednesday night at Louisville Slugger Field for home games, but it's also National Hot Dog Day. $1 hot dogs tonight and the big hot dog eating contest out of the Miller Time Tap House between games of this doubleheader. Several local media members involved. Nick Valvano, Jack Grossman, Dwight Witten, our very own from iHeartMedia. Andrew Chernoff is in it. I think he's the only TV sports guy, although a number of other folks from local media, WLKY, WHAS 11, WDRB, Wave 3, all have an entrant. Wave 3, in fact, has 2. It'll be interesting to see how that goes between games of the Twin Bill here tonight. O'Brien ready to go. Entering the night with a .226 opponent batting average, 4th in the league. Scott Hurst, the left-handed hitting center fielder, leads it off for the Redbirds. Hurst hitting .174 with a homer and 8 RBIs. Came off the bench, went 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter yesterday. O'Brien, the 6'4" righty, looks around. His defense ready. 3 shifted to the right side of the infield for the Bats. Here's the first pitch of the game on the way. It is just low. We rolled just a minute late tonight at 5:31. Game 1 of the doubleheader, game number 66 of this Bats baseball season. Here's the 1-0. Swing, and he fouled it right off his foot, did Hurst. It bounces right back to the mound, and he reaches down to grab at the toe, trying to walk it off, hit that right toe right on his front foot as he drilled it straight down into the dirt and off of his foot. 1 ball and 1 strike. Third doubleheader of the year for the Bats. 1-1 pitch, up high, 2-1. They've been swept in 1. That was at the hands of St. Paul back in early June. And they've also split 1. That was with the Redbirds here a couple of weeks ago. 2-1. Outside, 3 balls and a strike. They doubled up on that Friday in the series. Bats won game 1 with the Redbirds taking game 2 before being rained out then Saturday, which set up the doubleheader today with Memphis winning the Sunday game as well. That started their 9-game winning streak. There's a strike, a fastball at 94 from O'Brien, and the count full. Bats in the navy blue jerseys with white pants, red LB right chest, white numeral left chest, big white number on the back. The navy caps with the red bills. Payoff pitch, swung on and popped up. Left side of the infield, Barrero, the only man over there, drifts out into left. In comes the left fielder, Alejo Lopez. He calls and makes the catch for out number 1. 1 gone for Kramer Robertson, the third baseman and right-handed batter. .254 on the season, 6 homers, leads the team with 34 RBIs. Robertson 0 for 4 with an RBI and a strikeout here yesterday. Redbirds go all gray jerseys, gray pants, Memphis across the chest in kind of a gold and red outline with a gray in the middle. Music notes on both ends of the M in Memphis. The pitch in for a strike to Robertson. Multi-tone number on the back as well with the gold and then red outline. Some lighter red in the middle. The all-red caps here in game 1 for the Redbirds. Robertson takes low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Chris Marco calls the balls and strikes. Clint Vondrak, the crew chief at first. Cody Oakes at third. Umpires brought to you by Dr. Mark Lennon Associates. your official local eye care provider for the Louisville Bats. Robertson takes a strike over the inside corner, off speed from O'Brien, and now the count 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Low and away. Robertson started to, but laid off, and it goes on to the backstop. 2-2. Bo Taylor catches Riley O'Brien. Michael DeLeon at first. Alfredo Rodriguez at second. Jose Barrero at short. Max Schrock at third. Alejo Lopez in left. TJ Friedel in center. And Narciso Crook in right field in game one. Bouncer up the middle, charging from straight behind the bag. The second baseman, Rodriguez, throws on the run to first in time for the second out. Robertson retired 4-3, and the two-out batter, Nolan Gorman. Left-handed hitting second baseman. 238 on the year with 4 homers, 13 RBIs. Rated the number 3 prospect for the Cardinals entering the year, according to Baseball America. 2 for 4 with an RBI, a stolen base, and a strikeout here in the first game of the series yesterday. He takes a strike. Again, the Bats shift 3 to the right side of the infield. Barrero playing up the middle just to the right side, the shortstop. Rodriguez, the second baseman, out in short right. The 0-1 off speed, a strike on the outer edge. Now 0-2. And with 2 strikes in O'Brien, Schrock and Barrero switch places. Schrock, the third baseman, goes to the right side of the infield, while Barrero shifts back to the shortstop spot on the left side. 0-2. In the dirt, starting to was Gorman, but held up. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schrock was playing a little closer to the bag at third. Barrero goes back into the shortstop spot, and I guess want to keep guys at more of their natural positions for longer. And so with the threat of a bunt basically gone with 2 strikes, that's the reason for the shift. The 1-2 rolled over toward second, charging in from short right Rodriguez. Fields throws on the run in time, and that's a 1-2-3 first turned in by Riley O'Brien. After a half, the Redbirds 0, and the Bats coming up. Bats baseball brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. Alejo Lopez takes a strike from Matthew Liberatore, the lefty for the Redbirds. Lopez, the switch hitter, bats right against the left-hander. 347 with Louisville. 2 homers, 14 knocked in. 0 for 3 hit into a double play yesterday. He takes low, a ball and a strike. Yesterday, his first game with the Bats since being optioned back by the Reds, and didn't play the whole game. Hasn't played a lot in the big leagues lately, and so trying to let him get his legs back under him. Ground ball up the middle, sliding to his left. The shortstop Mendoza fields and throws in time to get Lopez. 1 gone for the shortstop, Jose Barrero. Average up to .311 in 17 games with Louisville. 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. He's reached base in 13 consecutive games. He's 2 for 4 with a double, a run scored, and a couple of strikeouts here yesterday. He has indeed been rolling lately. The pitch swung on and fouled back to the net. He's he's reached safely in 18 of his last 25 plate appearances. Pretty remarkable run as he continues to ride that wave. The 0-1 up high, a fastball at 95 from Liberatore, a ball and a strike. Rated the number 2 prospect for the Cardinals entering the year per Baseball America. Liberatore pitched in the Futures game. Barrero played in the Futures game. These two were on the same side, the NL side, in that event a couple of Sundays ago in Denver, as that pitch is outside, 2-1. Nolan Gorman, who plays second base tonight for the Redbirds, also participated in the Futures game. All on the same National League squad, those 3 guys. 2-1. Just off the plate away, and now 3 balls and a strike. Liberatore got the win Friday against Norfolk in his last start, but allowed 5 runs on 6 hits over 6 innings. Just 21 years of age. The pitch, chopped foul, third base side, snagged with the left hand by Kevin Mahar down there. Nicely done. Flips it into the bullpen well, and the count full. Can laminate and a great set of hands. Kevin Mahar, the Bats game planning coach and third base coach. Here's the payoff. That is swung on and lifted foul down the right field side. It slices to the concourse out of play. Still 3-2 on Barrero. Crowd still filing in on this Wednesday with a doubleheader and the earlier start at 5:30. Payoff, swing and a miss on a pitch down and in. Barrero gone on strikes for the second out. First strikeout of this game.
Now batting number 6, TJ Friedl.
Two-out batter TJ Friedl, left-handed hitting center fielder, 278 on the year, 5 homers leads the team, 15 RBIs. He's reached base in 7 straight games, had his 6-game hitting streak come to an end yesterday when 0 for 3 was hit by a pitch. They shift 3 to the right side of the infield. First pitch bounces in, blocked by the catcher Sanchez, ball 1. Ali Sanchez catches, Matthew Liberatore, Juan Yepes at first, Nolan Gorman at second, Evan Mendoza at short, Kramer Robertson at third, Connor Capel in left, Scott Hurst in center, and Lars Nootbaar in right field tonight in Game 1 for the Redbirds. There's a strike to Friedl at 94, and it's 1-1. Friedl wearing the high Red Sox. Pitch misses down, 2 balls and a strike. Liberatore last faced the Bats on July 6th here. Gave up 14 hits in that game. He delivers a strike over the inside corner at 94, 2-2. I'm sure that's still fresh in his mind. That was his last start before the Futures game. This is his second start after it. Allowed 8 runs, 6 earned on 14 hits over 4 2/3 innings and took the loss. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a bouncer to second. Moving to his left, the second baseman Gorman Fields throws the first in time. And that's a 1-2-3 first turned in by the lefty Liberatore. We go to the second, no score. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD. Second inning, no score. Riley O'Brien back to work, delivers to Juan Yepes, swung on and sharply grounded foul. Look out, Ben Johnson, the Memphis manager, coaches third. He almost got taken out by that one, had to do some dancing around to avoid being hit. Strike 1 on Yepes, who's hitting .239. 6 homers, 16 RBIs, the right-handed hitting first baseman. 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout here in the first game of the series yesterday morning. The weird start to this series, an 11 a.m. game in the series opener, pretty unconventional. And then the doubleheader on day 2. Not the normal rhythm for these guys. Here's the 0-1. Oh, and that's inside. It hit him right on the ribs. At 93, O'Brien ran it in, and Yepes trying to shake that off. It got him right in the ribs or the oblique there, right on the left side. Now rotating that left arm, trying to shake that off. That got him in a pretty tough spot. There's the first base runner of this game. 5th man O'Brien has hit this year. And the leadoff man aboard for the Redbirds. And here comes Lars Nootbaar, the right fielder. Left-handed hitter. 307 on the year, 5 home runs, 17 RBIs. 1 for 4, a run scored, and a strikeout here yesterday in the series opener. First one from O'Brien, and it's a strike, a fastball over the inside corner. By the way, the hitting coach for this Redbirds team, also the first base coach, Brandon Allen, the former Bat. A Bat back in 2016, the last year he ended up playing. 0-1. Swing, line drive toward right field. Racing over is the right fielder Crook. That ball down, played on a couple of bounces. On his way to second, Nootbaar. Throw there, not in time. He's safe on a feet-first slide. A double for Lars Nootbaar, his second double with Memphis this year. And the Redbirds in business here to begin the second. Yepes stopped at third. They're at second and third with nobody out. Here's Ali Sanchez, the catcher. Right-handed hitter, 267 on the year with 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. He was 0 for 3 with a walk and a couple of strikeouts here yesterday. First one to him from O'Brien, misses way upstairs with a fastball, ball 1. O'Brien trying to pitch around the early trouble in this inning. Came into the year rated the number 25 prospect for the Reds, according to Baseball America. Originally an 8th round pick of the Rays back in 2017 out of the College of Idaho. NAIA school. 1-0, foul just over the net and off the side of a suite. It kicks down below to the first row of the club level. 1 ball and 1 strike. O'Brien signed for just $7,000. But on the Reds 40-man now, as it was not a terribly deep pick, as mentioned, an 8th-round pick, but you don't have much leverage. Here's the 1-1. Line foul to the netting. Right side. It kicks down below. 1-2 when you're coming out of college, perhaps as a senior, and more NAIA. Crook tried to flip that ball into the seats. He got caught up in the netting. Now he does flip it in, and now gets back into position. But O'Brien progressed up the ranks in the Rays organization, traded to the Reds in August of last year in exchange for lefty Cody Reed. Was assigned to the alternate site last season after the trade. 1-2. Oh, that just missed. A good-looking off-speed pitch there. Sanchez almost offered at it, and it just missed off the plate away. 2-2. Slider from O'Brien. Not sure how Sanchez laid off of it, and then it was almost a strike anyway. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back on the fastball, and the count holds. 2 balls and 2 strikes. O'Brien making his 13th start, as mentioned, came in tied for 5th in the league. A slew of guys who have made 12 starts. Only 4 have made 13 coming into the night, and O'Brien joins that group. Not sure if any of them are also starting tonight. 2-2. That is hit in the air down the right field line. Over is Crook. That ball slices foul into the corner. Almost trouble. It just sliced foul down into that right field corner. And the count's still 2-2 on Ali Sanchez. Wind blowing left to right. The normal prevailing wind here at Louisville Slugger Field. Blowing in from left off of the Ohio River. Blowing pretty well right now. May have helped push that ball. It had that tail on it anyway, but may have helped to push it even a little further. Foul. Bryan about to throw his 26th pitch of the night. Another 2-2 to Sanchez. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there for Riley O'Brien, and a big first out of this inning. His first strikeout of the night.
Now batting number 19, Connor Capel.
1 gone for Connor Capel. Left fielder, left-handed batter. 259 on the year. Leads the team with 7 home runs. Has driven in 19. He was 0 for 2 with a couple of walks and a strikeout here yesterday. Digs in from the left side. Yepes still at third. Nootbaar at second. O'Brien works from the stretch. First one to Capel. It is swung on, drilled deep into right, but it hooks way foul and out of play. Toward the Penn Station Pavilion, maybe over it. That one legitimately may have hit a car in the parking lot. That was tattooed by Capel, but he was way out in front of it. Heads up if you park close. The 0-1. Swing and a tapper right at the plate. A foul ball, 0-2. Bats Baseball brought to you in part by Court Furniture. At home, in the office, or on campus, Court can handle all your furniture needs with stylish options, fast delivery, and excellent service. To learn more, visit Court.com. It's CORT.com. 2 strikes on Capel. Long look in from O'Brien. Now the righty has the sign, sets the bell. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch elevated. Capel got on strikes. I think the changeup there from O'Brien, and there are 2 outs. Hit Yepes with a pitch to start the inning, then the double by Nootbaar, but now back-to-back strikeouts. And the 2-out batter is the shortstop, Evan Mendoza. Right-handed hitter, 275 on the year, 7 doubles, 11 RBIs. He was 2 for 4 with a run scored yesterday in the series opener. First one to him, and he takes just a little bit high, a fastball, ball 1. The next 3 nights here will be 7 o'clock first pitches, tomorrow night, Friday night, and Saturday night, and then the 1 o'clock series finale here on Sunday after the doubleheader today. Here's the 1-0. That's low. 2 balls and no strikes. And now with 2 balls and nothing on Mendoza, they will intentionally walk him to get to the pitcher Liberatore. This is where the National League style game comes into play.
Now batting number 15.
A 2-ball, no strike count, so the Bats put Mendoza on to get to Liberatore. Lefty bats him as he throws him. He is 0 for 11 at the plate this year and in his career. A run and RBI, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. First one from O'Brien. Swung on and fouled back onto the roof to our left. Strike 1. That looked like a pretty good cut from Liberatore. Trying to help his own cause here in the top of the second. A scoreless game. The Redbirds have bases loaded with 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch. Up and out. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Tipped it foul into the mid of Taylor. 1-2. Intentional walk in the second inning. You don't see it very often, especially at this level, but could pay dividends here for the Bats. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, looped down the left field line. It slices into the seats, out of play foul. And the count holds 1-2. Liberatore, just 21 years of age as mentioned, from Glendale, Arizona. 1-2. Low in the dirt. Taylor smothers it, 2-2. Playing alongside now his childhood friend in Nolan Gorman, who was also a first-round pick in 2018. Gorman drafted by the Cardinals. Again, Liberatore drafted by the Rays before being traded to the Cardinals. They've known each other since they were 5 years old. Cool connection now that they're both in the same organization and on the same team. 2-2. Liberatore called out on strikes. A fastball on the outside corner, and that ends the inning. A good escape job by Riley O'Brien as the Redbirds leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the second. No score on 790 KRD. We head to the bottom of the second. No score. Narciso Crook leads off the inning for the Bats. Matthew Liberatore worked a 1-2-3 first. Crook, the right-handed batting right fielder, hit in his last 3 games. 194 on the year, 4 homers, 13 knocked in. He swings at the first pitch and skies it foul off the right side. And over the roof and out of play. Strike 1. Crook 1 for 3, an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout yesterday as he plated the lone Louisville run in the game with his RBI hit. 7 hits in his last 3 games. 387 hitter over his last 10 contests going back to June 23rd. As mentioned, he was dinged up in the series here against Indianapolis back earlier in June. A breaking ball that misses way up and away, a ball and a strike. Missed a couple of weeks, did Crook, but has gotten back in there and kind of picked up where he left off. Got on a real roll at the end of the Nashville series. 1-1, chops it foul back left of the plate. 1-2. And, well, this is where he got on a roll in that series. Seemingly had 2 strikes on him for all the damage he did. Homered on back-to-back days, doubled on back-to-back days. On Sunday, he had 2 strikes on him on every hit he had, either 0-2 or 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a slow ground ball foul, third base side. Backhanded in foul territory by Robertson, and the count holds at a ball and 2 strikes. Moved into the cleanup spot in the batting order yesterday and did drive in the lone Louisville run. Another 1-2. Just high, a fastball, 2-2. Liberatore traded from the Rays to the Cardinals with catcher Edgardo Rodriguez in January of 2020. That was in exchange for Jose Martinez and Randy Arozarena, the postseason star for the Rays last year. Swing and a miss, off speed, down and in. And Crook gone on strikes for the first down. Second strikeout for Liberatore. And here's Max Schrott, left-handed hitting third baseman. .319 on the year with 3 homers and 10 knocked in. 0 for 1, he came on as a pinch hitter yesterday. 2 for 5 with an RBI on Sunday. Last start in Nashville, that pitch low, ball 1. Was 6 for 27, a double, 3 RBIs in the Nashville series. .319, 3 homers, 10 knocked in with the Bats. 1-0, strike on the outside corner, a fastball, 1-1. The Bats, this is the 4th time they've faced Liberatore this year. Mentioned his last start here a couple of weeks ago on the 6th of July. And here's a line drive hit into right field, base hit, racing over to get it toward the line. Nootbaar picks it up, spins around, and fires a 2-hopper into second. Schrock holds it first with a 1-out single, and he is the first Louisville base runner of this game. One on, 1 out for Alfredo Rodriguez, the second baseman. .260 hitter, a homer, 19 RBIs, time for the team lead. Riding a 5-game hitting streak. Had the day off here yesterday, was 2 for 4 with a run scored Sunday in Nashville. Finished 8 for 23 with a double and 2 RBIs in that series. Right-handed batter takes an off-speed pitch for a called strike. Rodriguez didn't like it, turns around. A quick word to the plate umpire, Chris Marco. The lefty set to the belt from the stretch. The 0-1, swing and a miss on a high fastball. 0-2. We're going to your golf game away from the course at Different Strokes Golf Centers. They feature PGA instruction. Different Strokes Golf Centers, where better golf is the game. High Red Sox for Rodriguez. The 0-2, breaking ball, swung on and missed. 2 outs. Third strikeout for Liberatore.
Now batting number 16, Bo Taylor.
And here's Bo Taylor, the left-handed hitting catcher. 202 on the year, 3 home runs, 16 knocked in. 0 for 3, a walk, a couple of strikeouts Sunday, his last time in there in Nashville against his former team. First pitch from Liberatore, a strike, a fastball on the outside corner. Game 1 of a doubleheader, 2 7-inning games here tonight. The Bats and the Redbirds, their second doubleheader against one another this year. 0-1. Strike on the outer edge, a fastball, 0-2. Same spot there. The 2 met here on the 9th of July, a Friday a couple of weeks ago. Louisville won game 1 4-2 before Memphis took game 2 2-1 on that day of the twin bill. Here's the 0-2. Up high to Taylor. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now the 2 teams meet in a doubleheader again just a couple of weeks later. Less than 2 weeks later, in fact. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Off speed. Taylor gone on strikes. 3 in the inning for Liberatore. 4 in the game. The Bats leave 1. We go to the 3rd, scoreless on 790 KRD. To the 3rd inning, no score here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Top of the order for Memphis. Scott Hurst leads it off. Riley O'Brien back to the mound for his 3rd inning of work. Work through a 2 in scoring position, nobody out situation in the 2nd. Bat shift 3 to the right side of the infield. First one to Hurst, and the off-speed pitch misses down, ball 1. Schrock, the lone man on the left side. Playing right even with the bag from 3rd, but well down the line, almost midway between 2nd and 3rd. The 1-0. That's low. 2 balls and no strikes. And now on a 2-0 count, Schrock backs up a few steps, further off the grass, more behind even with 3rd. Still about just shy of midway between 2nd and 3rd. Backs up a couple more steps, swing and a chop foul, back right of the plate, and it's 2-1. They leave Schrock over there alert for a potential bunt by Hurst. They'll shift Schrock and trade places with Barrero. He will if there's a second strike. 2-1, swing, and he fouled it off his foot. It rolls slowly toward the backstop. Hurst down in a heap in the batter's box and now uses his bat to help pull himself back up. And indeed, Schrock and Barrero trade places. Schrock now to the right side of the infield. Barrero to the left side, the only man over there, kind of in the usual shortstop spot. O'Brien, a deep breath. He winds, and here's the 2-2. Called strike 3, off speed on the outside corner for the first down. His 4th strikeout of the night. He recorded 3 strikeouts in the second, and all 3 outs via the K. And now gets the first man here in the third with a backward K. 1 gone for Kramer Robertson. Grounded to second back in the first. 0 for 1 in this game. First pitch. Robertson grounds one to third. Past the diving Schrock. There behind is Barrero. Fields on the run. Double clutches a bit. The throw not in time. And Robertson runs safely on an infield single. Schrock dove after it. Couldn't get it. Barrero was there moving toward third and then had a little bit of trouble on the move getting it out of his glove. That gave Robertson the time he needed. Robertson, who came into the night 5th in the league, having drawn 36 walks. First pitch swinging right there. And it paid off as he reached on the infield knock. 1 on, 1 out for Nolan Gorman, who grounded to second back in the first. First one from O'Brien. Gorman started 2 and went around, said the plate umpire. Strike 1, said he went on the pitch in the dirt. No balls and a strike. Tough to tell if he went. Surprised that the plate umpire called it. And therefore no appeal. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Definitely took a big hack at that pitch down low, and now 0-2. And now with 2 strikes, again, Schrock and Barrero trade places. Schrock to the right side of second. Barrero back over to the shortstop spot, the lone man on the left side. This time Rodriguez in on the grass, or in on the dirt rather, for Gorman. Not on the outfield grass, the second baseman. The 0-2. Ground ball beats the shift. Inside the third base bag, over toward the line is Lopez, the left fielder, to play it. Loops it into third. Stopping at second, Robertson, and now back-to-back 1-out hits. And that time Gorman was able to beat the shift. Wisely hit it right where no bats were, and now 2 on with 1 out for Juan Yepes. Was hit by a pitch in the second. By the way, Alejo Lopez out there in left field. It's his first professional start in the outfield, just the second time he's ever played the outfield. The other time was in the big leagues earlier this year with the Reds. He did not start, but played a third of an inning in center field. That's the only other outfield experience he has. So getting a chance to do that now back here with the Bats in a spot where the Reds might need him. First pitch, Yepes takes an off speed over the inside corner for a strike, but up there trying to fill him in bench spots where they need him. And the outfield potentially part of that, so we see him get a start in the outfield. We've seen Max Schrock play some first base for the Bats for the same reason. He hadn't done that a lot before this year and had to do it in the big leagues. 0-1. That's low to Yepes. 1 ball and 1 strike. So trying to get those guys some seasoning, some experience at those particular positions so they can be better prepared when they may have to switch into those roles for various reasons, perhaps off the bench in the big leagues. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, lifted in the air, right side, foul. De Leon gives it a look, but it's into the seats and out of play. Toward the concourse, in fact. 1-2. We've seen that a lot for a lot of these Bats players this year. Alfredo Rodriguez had really only played shortstop in his career before this season, has been moved around a lot. Mentioned Max Schrock getting time at first base. Michael De Leon hadn't played a lot of first before this year. He's at first base tonight. And Alejo Lopez now playing some outfield without having a ton of time or really any before this year. And this year, not a ton, a third of an inning in center for the Reds. O'Brien in front of Yepez, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swing, fly ball, hit pretty well into left. Lopez racing back, still on the move, on the warning track. He makes the catch just in front of the wall. Just missed hitting that one out, Yepez. And that's the second out. Both runners hold. We saw it a little bit there with Lopez. He was able to make the play. It looked like he hesitated a little bit before going back on that ball. But still plenty of time to get back to the track and make the catch. That's what we're talking about, though. Not a lot of time out there. And new stuff every time one comes his way. Now 2 on with 2 out for Lars Nootbaar, who doubled to right in the second. First pitch. He started to go on a pitch low and went on the appeal out to the third base umpire, Cody Oakes, who, with the 2 runners on, is positioned behind the mound. He says Nootbaar went around on the appeal. You don't see him go that way from out there very often, but Oakes was convinced. So strike 1 on Nootbaar. The pitch. Bounced up the middle, behind the bag, played by Barrero, the shortstop. Throw to first in time. Inning over. O'Brien pitches around, a pair of hits. We go to the bottom of the third. Still no score. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD.
Hey, Bats fans.
Bottom of the third inning, no score in game 1 of the doubleheader. Michael DeLeon leads off of the bat. Switch hitter bats right against the lefty Liberatore. Behind, 0-1. There's a swing and a miss and an off-speed pitch. Down and away, 0-2. DeLeon hitting .208, 4 homers. Tied for the team lead with 19 RBIs. 0 for 4, a couple of strikeouts yesterday. The 0-2 breaks his bat, lines one into left field, a base hit. Just got it past the outstretched glove of the third baseman Robertson. And DeLeon aboard to begin the third. He has the second hit of the game for Louisville. On an 0-2 pitch. Got it into left. Sounded perhaps like he broke his bat on that. And here's Riley O'Brien, the Bats pitcher. 2 for 12 in the year, a double, a couple of RBIs. 2 for 13 in his career. Bats him as he throws him from the right side. He's already squared around. Throw to first, and DeLeon scampers back. Yepez wasn't quite holding him on the bag, playing a little bit in front of the bag. And that enabled DeLeon to get back. He was leaning the wrong way initially. Here's the pitch, and O'Brien bunts through it. Strike 1. Trying to bunt the runner over into scoring position here to begin the home third. Bats and the Redbirds scoreless here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Pair of 7-inning games. Game 2 to follow about 30 minutes after. The pitch high, 1-1 as O'Brien pulled the bat back that time. If you have a question, comment, whatever, you can email us tonight. We'd love to hear from you. batsradio@batsbaseball.com. That's the email address, batsradio@batsbaseball.com. 1-1. O'Brien bunts it foul at the plate, 1-2. batsradio@batsbaseball.com. Whatever happens to be on your mind, have a couple of them. Bill emailing in asking if anyone from KRD was going to be in the hot dog eating contest coming up between games. Bill in Ashland. No one specifically from KRD, but Dwight Whitten, who you hear over there sometimes. There's a swing and a miss. O'Brien that time tried to swing away, and he's gone on strikes. Liberatore's 5th strikeout. 1 on, 1 out to the top of the order, and Alejo Lopez, who grounded to short back in the first. Dwight Moore on 840 WHAS. He'll be in it. He's the iHeart representative. We'll see how well he does later. Lopez bounces the first pitch foul, third base side, strike 1. And Jeff, see your email? I'd say just go ahead and do that. Jeff, if you're tuned in, won't bring up what it is, but I'd say just roll with that. Go ahead and knock it out. Bats Radio at batsbaseball.com. Lopez swings, pops it up, out along the line, short into right field. Foul territory, nobody can get there. Yepes going out, couldn't get to it. Gorman racing over from the second base spot, couldn't get there. A foul ball, and now no balls and 2 strikes on Lopez. But looking forward to that hot dog eating contest, Bill. Appreciate the email. We'll see who comes away the champ. Nick Valvano being deemed the reigning champ after some controversy in the past. 0-2. Just missed a little bit in, maybe a little high with a fastball. 1-2 on Lopez. We'll see who comes away with the victory between games today. Nicky V might be pretty tough to beat. We'll see. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Off speed, down and in. Lopez gone on strikes for the second out. After the leadoff single, back-to-back strikeouts for Liberatore. He's K'd 6 now on the night. And the 2-out batter, Jose Barrero. He struck out swinging in the first. You heard, if you listened to the opener yesterday, you heard both Greg and me kind of pick Nicky V, Greg Galliette. First one low to Barrero, ball 1. I think we both took Nicky V on the pregame show during the interview. I'm interested to see how Andrew Chernoff does from WLKY. Here's the 1-0. Popped up foul off the right side onto the roof. It's going to roll back down. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kicks on the concourse and on into the seats. Played on a couple of hops for that young man. But also, the rules, 5 minutes to eat as many dogs as possible. Buns have to be consumed as well. That was a big sticking point the last time. 1-1, Barrero takes a fastball in, 2-1. We're doing this like Nathan's hot dog eating contest style rules. The buns have to be eaten too. Separate, together, whatever the strategy wants to be, but those have to be eaten. So that'll be something folks counting will be keeping a strict eye on this time around. Don't want any of the same controversy. Here's the 2-1. Barrero grounds that one back through the middle sharply into center field. A base hit. On to play it quickly Hurst. De Leon stops at second. And now 2 on with 2 out for TJ Friedel. Barrero runs his on-base streak to 14 consecutive games. Friedel grounded to second back in the first. He's 0 for 1. Speaking of food, the Bat staff and press box workers enjoyed dinner up here tonight from Wing Zone. Wing Zone is a proud sponsor of your Louisville Bats. Get a 10% discount just by showing your Bats baseball ticket. Wingzone.com. You got it. Great stuff as usual from Wing Zone up here in the press box. First one to Friedel, a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Had him out in front, strike 1. Great variety of wings, and those kettle chips from Wing Zone, absolutely spectacular. 0-1. Swing and a chop foul into the Memphis dugout, first base side. No balls and 2 strikes. Liberatore trying to get through this inning. 0-2. Friedel went around on a pitch down. Strike 3. Inning over. Liberatore has struck out 7 through 3 innings. 2 hits and 2 men left. On to the 4th. No score. 4th inning, no score. Game 1 of the doubleheader here at Louisville Slugger Field. Riley O'Brien back to the hill for round number 4 of work. Ali Sanchez struck out swinging in the second. He leads off the inning, and he takes the first pitch, a fastball down low, ball 1. Back to the inbox. Bats Radio at batsbaseball.com. Jeff, yes, that, well, you could go that route as well. Purchasing a bat shirt. That's outside to Sanchez, 2-0. Michael emailing in, batsradio@batsbaseball.com. Do the Bats still serve fried bologna? Saw it featured 10 to 15 years ago on the Food Network, and I believe so. I believe that is one of the delicacies you can get here at the ballpark. There's a strike, 2-1. I'm not really in the fried bologna market myself, but I believe you can. 2-1. That's low. 3 balls and a strike. And also the delicious pork chop sandwich out there beyond the berm in left center, just below the video board, the stand out there. That's some of the best stuff you can get here, too. Appreciate the email. batsradio@batsbaseball.com. There's a swing and a foul ball straight back to the netting. Full count now on Sanchez. No runs, 3 hits both ways so far tonight. Neither team's committed an error. Game 1 of a doubleheader. Kevin O'Neill in the studio. I'm Nick Curran in the GE Appliances press box. Payoff, swung on and fouled onto the roof down to our right. And the count holds at 3-2. Louisville Slugger Field, the second doubleheader of the year in this ballpark between these two teams. The Bats' third doubleheader of the year in total, all in this ballpark. Another 3-2. Sanchez swings and lifts one high in the air toward short right center. Backpedaling out the second baseman Rodriguez. In comes the right fielder Crook, and Crook makes the catch. 1 gone. The 1-out batter is Connor Capel, who struck out swinging in the second. Extra large, extra value. Rolling Hills Apartments are proud to partner with the Louisville Bats. Looking for a new place to call home? Stop in today for your personalized tour of their beautiful community. Located just off Westport Road and Hurstbourne Lane in the east end of Louisville, Rolling Hills Apartments. First one down low to Capel, ball 1. batsradio@batsbaseball.com. Allen emailing in, confirming, Michael, the stand is behind section 115 for the fried bologna. Thanks for that email. I thought it was right there. That's where I thought I remembered seeing it. But again, not my thing. Here's a swing and a pop-up on the infield. De Leon, the first baseman, taking charge just off the infield grass. He makes the catch. 2 outs. And now Evan Mendoza, who was intentionally walked on a 2-ball, no-strike count in the second, as the Bats walked him to get to the pitcher Liberatore. And O'Brien trying to work his second 3-up, 3-down inning of the night and first since the first frame. First pitch hangs high to Mendoza as he ducks down. Not as far in, I think, as he thought initially, but up around head high. Ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That's in for a strike. A fastball, 1-1. O'Brien with a 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch down, and it's 1-2. The Bats ready, a strike away from his second 3-up, 3-down frame of the game. The 1-2. Swing, and he just got a piece, did Mendoza, to tip it foul into the dirt and off of maybe one of the shin guards of Bo Taylor. It rolls off left of the plate, and the count holds at 1-2 strikes. One, two. Swing and a bouncer first base side. Rolls toward the camera well far into the Memphis dugout. Still 1-2. Mendoza battling O'Brien, trying to put him away. Deep breath from the righty. Another 1-2. That's in the dirt. Blocked by Taylor. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Our good buddy George Timmering from Bear Nose checking in with us. Headed down for a hot dog or two, he says. Indeed. 2-2. Line foul to the netting. Back right of the dish. Still 2-2. National Hot Dog Day. $1 dogs tonight. And, well, George has Dwight in the hot dog eating contest tonight. We'll see. That'll be between games out of the Miller Lite Party Deck out there at the Miller Time Tap House. Little looper on a 2-2 that floats into right center field. It's down for a hit. Over in the gap to cut it off. Crook went to throw it in, dropped the ball. Now fires in a low throw, and Mendoza goes to second. It's going to be a single and an error, as Crook gathered it in, cut it off in the right center field alley on a backhand, and then as he went to throw it, he dropped the ball. That'll be a single and then an E9 to get the runner to second. And now Matthew Liberatore, the pitcher, with a man in scoring position and 2 outs. The first pitch swung on and fouled back to the net. Strike 1. Again, Michael emailing in batsradio@batsbaseball.com. Wanted to know where the fried bologna is. Said they're watching the stream from Indy, and we appreciate it. Said he and his wife will be visiting the city of Louisville for the first time Saturday and attending their first Bats game. Hope you all enjoy it. There's a strike on the outside edge, 0-2. Enjoy that fried bologna behind section 115. His wife loves fried bologna. Great stuff. 0-2. Swing and a chop. Just got a piece to Liberatore to chop it foul straight behind the plate. 0-2. And holding. Scoreless game. We're in the top of the 4th. Game 1 of this doubleheader. 2 7-inning games. Redbirds have a man at second with 2 outs. Dancing around off of second now is Mendoza. O'Brien brings the 0-2. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Liberatore gone on strikes. That ends the inning. 5 Ks on the night for O'Brien. Redbirds strand 1. We head to the bottom of the 4th. No score. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD. The Bats Care Program is set up to help those who are less fortunate within our community, giving them the chance to attend a Bats game at Louisville Slugger Field. The Bats thank this year's partners, Meyer, Pepsi, and Interstate Batteries. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Scoreless game, game 1 of the doubleheader. Narciso Crook leads off the inning. Here's the first one from Matthew Liberatore, and a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch down, strike 1. Crook struck out swinging in the second. Who will be the first to break through in this game? We talked about all the close games these two teams have played against one another this year. 0-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball elevated. 0-2. 10 of the first 12 games between these two teams have been decided by 2 runs or less. Memphis has won 7 of the first 12 between these two. Bats won 3 of 5 in the series here a couple of weeks ago. 0-2 pitch in the dirt to Crook. 1 ball and 2 strikes. They'll all be headed out soon to right center field to get ready for the hot dog eating contest. 1-2. Swung on, popped up, foul, off of first. That drifts onto the roof, and we'll roll down on that first base side club level for a souvenir. 1-2 and holding on Crook. Nicky V will inevitably be a tad late, so nobody should panic. The defending champ, if you will, Nick Valvano. He'll be here, but probably fashionably tardy. 1-2, outside. That pitch missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he might have some folks here in an uproar, cutting it a little close, but full confidence he'll be here. Here's the 2-2. This is up and away. It is Liberatore. Now the count full on Crook. 6-4 Liberatore delivers. Crook swings, didn't get it solid. Little flare out into short center. Racing in is the center fielder Hurst, and on a dead sprint, he makes the catch in short center field for the first out. Crook did not hit that well. Almost hit it not well enough for it to be a hit. But Hurst able to just come in and hung up just long enough for him to make the running grab. One gone for Max Schrock, who has one of the 3 Louisville hits in this game. He singled to right his first time up in the second. First pitch to him, bounced foul, first base side, strike one. Bangs off the sidewall and kicks out into right, where Newtbar, the right fielder, jogs over, picks it up, and he will flip it on into the seats. The 0-1 pitch. There's a swing and a high fly ball into right. Moving a couple of steps toward right center, and now in is Newtbar to make the catch. Right fielder puts it away. 2 gone for Alfredo Rodriguez. He struck out swinging back in the second.
Now batting number 15, Alfredo Rodriguez.
Rodriguez has been stellar against left-handed pitching coming into the night. This year hitting .347 with 5 extra base hits against lefties. First one from Liberatore, breaking ball. There's a looper into short left, racing in. Capel goes to a slide, and he makes the catch. Nice play by Connor Capel, and that ends the inning. A 1-2-3 fourth turned in by Matthew Liberatore. We go to the fifth, still no score. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD. Fifth inning, game 1 of the doubleheader, no score. The Bats and the Redbirds. Top of the order here for Memphis. Scott Hurst is 0 for 2, is flied out and struck out. First pitch from Riley O'Brien, and that's a strike over the inside corner. Memphis with 4 hits, Louisville with 3. The Bats have committed the game's lone error. Redbirds have left 6 on base, and the Bats 3. That pitch misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. The fans here anxiously awaiting the conclusion of game 1. Looking ahead to that hot dog eating contest between games. There's a swing and a chop foul up the first base line off the foot of Hurst. And it's 1-2. I think some of the contestants are starting to file into the ballpark. And get your dollar dogs during game 1. I don't know that you want to after taking in the contest. Potentially. Here's the 1-2. Low to Hurst. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Both starting pitchers have been good tonight. O'Brien worked through tough waters in the second, and 2 in scoring position with nobody out, got through it. Here's the 2-2. Hit in the air, foul off the left side. Drifting over the roof. Still 2-2 on Hurst. Then in the third, back-to-back 1-out singles got through that. Two-two pitch. Hurst bounces one towards second. Waist-high hop for Rodriguez, the second baseman, throws to first. And Hurst retired 4-3 to begin the fifth. 1 gone for Kramer Robertson, who reached on an infield single in the third. He is 1 for 2. Talked about it. Robertson played collegiately at LSU, where his mom, Kim Mulkey, is about to take over as her first year as the women's basketball coach there. The former Baylor head coach, as that pitch is outside to Robertson, ball 1. Robertson also at LSU played alongside Parker Bugg, pitcher, 1-0. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. The son of the first ever Redbirds PA announcer at Old Cardinal Stadium, Steve Bugg, whose brother Mark is the Bellarmine color commentator on the radio. That's outside, 2-1 for men's basketball, my former partner. Parker got into the game last night for Jacksonville against the Nashville Sounds there in Jacksonville. I believe got the win. But the connection here to Louisville. Roundabout for Kramer Robertson. He takes a strike on the outside corner, a fastball, and it's 2-2. The Redbirds, a storied history in this city. 2-2 pitch. Chopped foul up the third baseline, and the count holds 2-2. Of course, Steve, originally from Louisville. Parker, I don't know if Parker was born here or not. Steve joined the Secret Service, and he moved and ended up out in San Diego. Megaphone PA announcer to start. 2-2 bounces in front of the plate, picked out by Taylor, and now a full count. Sure, that was something to see back in the day at Cardinals Stadium. They piled into that place. The Redbirds drew some over 1 million fans at Cardinal Stadium back in 1983, the second year of the franchise. Payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Good looking off speed pitch there, and Robertson knew it. He was frozen. And that's the second out of the inning. 6 strikeouts on the night for Riley O'Brien. And the 2-out batter is Nolan Gorman. 1 for 2. He singled his last time in the third. First one from the big righty, and it's low, ball 1. So many great memories for so many folks in this town of the Redbirds, and I know a lot of those memories come flooding back when you see the Redbirds playing here in Louisville. That pitch low, and it's 2-0. Cardinal Stadium, the AstroTurf, a lot of the promotions from back in the day, some of the concerts they had there. The Stadium Club, the much fabled Stadium Club at Old Cardinal Stadium. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a foul ball back to the net. 2-1 on Gorman. Plenty of memories for me as well, attending games as a kid. Always a great treat to get to go there. 2-1. Ground ball right side, played by the first baseman De Leon. He flips underhand to the covering O'Brien in time. Inning over, and there is the second 1-2-3 inning turned in tonight by Riley O'Brien. We head to the bottom of the 5th, still no score. Bottom of the 5th, no score. Matthew Liberatore's first pitch to Bo Taylor swung on and missed, strike 1. Taylor struck out swinging in the second. No score as Dowry Moretta, the right-hander, starting to throw in the Louisville bullpen. The 0-1, a little bit high, 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitcher, Riley O'Brien, is due up third here in the bottom of the 5th, so likely a pinch hitter, and I think it's Malik Smith standing at the top step of the dugout. Pitch is inside to Taylor, 2-1. Both starters have been stellar. Bats pitching has been its strength over the course of the year and lately as well. 4th best team ERA in the league entering the night with a 3.90. There's a swing and a miss on a breaking ball down and away, 2-2. The Redbirds, the 4th worst team ERA entering the night with a 5.18, but it's been climbing, and their bullpen has been a key in this 9-game winning streak. Liberatore, the starter, still in there, 2-2. Swing and a slow bouncer foul first base side, and the count holds 2-2. But over the course of the 9-game streak, and even further back than that, the last 12 games, a 1.87 bullpen ERA for Memphis. The 9-game winning streak and then some. That's a big reason why they've won 9 in a row. Their bullpen has been fantastic. 2-2. That is hit to the other way with a shift on, but Robertson, the third baseman, in about the shortstop spot, fields it moving left, throws to first in time. And that's 5-3 on the out of Taylor. 1 gone here in the home 5th. And here's Michael De Leon. He singled to left in the third, and it was not Malik Smith getting ready to come out of the dugout to potentially pinch hit. I thought I may have seen him at the top step of the dugout. It is, in fact, Chris Oakey on deck to pinch hit in the pitcher's spot with Moretta loosening in the Bats bullpen. First pitch to De Leon is down low, ball one. The Bats pitching's been great all year, and its bullpen's been stellar of late as well. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a foul off the foot of De Leon. 1 ball and 1 strike. And we talked about it before the game, but since July 4th, the Bats with a 1.76 ERA overall, starters and relievers over their last 12 games coming in the best in all of minor league baseball. So both of these teams have been pitching it well. 1-1. De Leon sends a line drive in the left. Well hit, base hit. Played on one bounce by Capel, moving toward the gap, the left fielder. De Leon is 2 for 2 on the night. A 1-out single here. One on, one out for the pinch hitter, Chris Oakey. Solid night on the mound for Riley O'Brien, and now his night over as the Bats trying to seize the opportunity and go in front here in the 5th. Oakey hitting .224 on the year with a home run and 9 RBIs. Right-handed batter. First one from Liberatore. Misses a fastball up and away. Ball one. Oakey did not get into the game last night. Pinch hit Sunday his last appearance. Struck out in Nashville. The 1-0. Nope. Throw to first. And back standing is De Leon. No activity yet in the Memphis bullpen. That was just the 4th hit Liberatore's allowed. His next pitch will be his 70th of the game. Like O'Brien, he's had a nice night. He's trying to get a ground ball here. The 1-0. A breaking ball swung on and rolled foul right of the plate, and Oakey chipped his bat on that. That bat splintered as he made contact. One. Low to Oakey. 2 balls and a strike. Bats trying to break through here in the bottom of the 5th as Oakey has a new bat. They're breaking the other one on the foul ball. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Liberatore got a fastball by him. 2-2. Scoreless in the bottom of the 5th. Game 1 of a doubleheader. Each team now with 4 hits. Two. Swing and a miss. Oakey chased a high fastball. 2 outs in the inning. That's the 8th strikeout tonight for Matthew Liberatore. 1 on with 2 out to the top of the order, and Alejo Lopez has grounded out and struck out. He's 0 for 2. Liberatore now 1 off his season high. He struck out 9 June 24th in Toledo. First one to Lopez, bounce foul, third base side. Played 2 hands by Kevin Mahar this time, strike 1. But the 8 Ks, the second most he's racked up in a game this year. And he's done it here relatively quickly. And this just the 5th inning. The 0-1. Swing and a bouncer, slowly hit toward third. Robertson charges, gloves, throws on the run to first in time. And that ends the inning. 1 hit, 1 man left. We head to the 6th, still scoreless. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD. Sixth inning, game one of the doubleheader. No score, a game scheduled for 7. New pitcher for the Bats, the right-hander Dalry Moretta, the 25-year-old native of the Dominican. His first pitch to Juan Yepez is in for a strike. Yepez was hit by a pitch in the second, flied to left in the third. He's 0 for 1. Bats call to the bullpen, brought to you by Match Cigar Bar, as Moretta on in relief of Riley O'Brien, who was really good tonight. The 0-1. That's a little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike. O'Brien, 5 scoreless innings, allowed 4 hits, walked 1, struck out 6. The 1 walk was an intentional walk. He hit a batter. 92 pitches, 59 for strikes. And he will not factor in the decision tonight. Scoreless game. 1-1. High to Yepez. 2 balls and a strike. Moretta is on for the 4th time at AAA, has tossed 3 2/3 scoreless innings so far, has allowed 4 hits, has walked 3 and struck out 5. Been a little bit since Moretta last pitched. Back on Friday in Nashville, tossed 2 innings scoreless, allowed 2 hits and struck out 3 without a walk. Closing out the Bats' 11-1 win. Here's a fly ball hit into left. Lopez drifting in, the left fielder under it, and he makes the catch. 1 out. Now Lars Nootbaar, the right fielder, 1 for 2. He doubled back in the second. Grounded out his last time up. First pitch, grounded right at the second baseman Rodriguez. Bends to Pickett, throws to first, 2 outs. And the 2-out batter, Ali Sanchez. The catcher is struck out and flied out. He's 0 for 2. Moretta began the year at AA with Chattanooga, promoted to this Louisville team 15 days ago on the 6th of July. Was having a really nice year with the Lookouts. 4-0 with a 1.35 ERA and 18 appearances. Worked 26 2/3 innings there, allowed just 17 hits, walked just 5 in 26 2/3, and struck out 37. AA South was hitting 179 against him as he misses low to Sanchez, ball 1. Righty on righty. Originally signed as a free agent by the Reds back in March of 2015, has worked his way up through the organization since. That pitch high, 2-0. Made it to high A 2 years ago with Daytona. Pitched in 35 games, 1-0 with a 2.35 ERA. Did not pitch anywhere last year, but it's kind of picked right up where he left off 2 years ago with the success he's had so far this year. A 2-0. Swing and a sharply hit one-hopper to Barrero at short. Backs to play it. Throws to first in time. Slickly fielded there by Jose Barrero to end the inning. A 1-2-3 frame turned in by Dalry Moretta. We go to the bottom of the 6th. No score on 790 KRD. Bottom of the 6th, no score. Jose Barrero takes up and away from Matthew Liberatore, ball 1. Barrero 1 for 2, singled his last time in the 3rd, grounds this pitch foul up the 3rd baseline. Backhanded in foul territory by Robertson. 1 ball and 1 strike. And evidently Barrero broke his bat, walks over to get a new one. Barrero struck out in the 1st. As mentioned, single to center in the 3rd, running his on-base streak to 14 straight. Has been on quite the roll since returning from the Futures game. Has a new bat, sprayed it down, and now heads back into the box. Is that oven mitt in the back left pocket of the pants, and the right pocket turned inside out per usual. The 1-1, and it misses just off the plate away. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch. That one misses. Now 3-1 on Barrero. There is action out of the Louisville bullpen. Left-hander Philip Deal starting to throw. 3-1. Barrero swings, pops it up. Foul right side. Sanchez, the catcher, gives it a look, but it scrapes the facade, the ribbon board to the upper level, and lands well up in the lower level of seats. And a full count now on Barrero. So Deal loosening. Now we'll see how this is played. We'll see if it makes a difference whether the Bats score here or not as to whether they'll go to Deal. We saw him pick up his first save of the year on Sunday in Nashville. Payoff pitch off the bat handle, popped up foul into the seats right side, and in fact just onto the upper level. First row, and the count holds 3-2. See if Deal would come on no matter what, or if it would depend on if the Bats score. Another 3-2 line drive, kind of a looping liner right at the shortstop. Mendoza, who makes the catch. Barrero broke a bat, fouling one off earlier in the AB. He snaps that one across his leg. Not happy with that bat. I think he broke it on the soft liner and then just finished it off across the knee. An expensive AB for Barrero, a couple of broken bats. Second time we've seen him crush one over the knee like that. One gone for TJ Friedel, has grounded out and struck out 0 for 2. First pitch, he tries to drag a bunt, but chops it foul right of the first base line. Strike one. Trying to drag that bunt up the line, trying to push it right past the pitcher and into a spot that's almost impossible to play with a second baseman, Gorman, playing back. Friedel runs well. He can win a foot race. The 0-1. Swings away this time. Fly ball down the left field line. Racing toward the line is Capel, but that ball slices foul into the seats. 0-2 on Friedel. We mentioned this being the second doubleheader these two have played against each other. Game 2 of the first doubleheader back on July 9th did go extras. It went 8 innings, with Memphis winning 2-1 in 8. 0-2. Breaking ball, hit in the air, down the right field line, hooking toward the corner, and it hooks foul onto what will become the tiered berm there in the right field corner. Right now it's got the black covering over, used to be gravel. I don't know if there's still gravel under that covering or what, but it's coming along. Another 0-2, that's in the dirt, blocked by Sanchez, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And there is now activity out of the Memphis bullpen with a right-hander throwing. And that is Cody Whitley getting loose. First time we've seen action in the Memphis pen tonight. The 1-2, breaking ball, check swing, foul toward the on-deck man Crook. And Friedel hangs in at 1-2. Nobody on with 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 6th, game 1 of the doubleheader. Game scheduled for 7 innings. Scoreless game between the Bats and the Redbirds. Another 1-2. Bounce right back to the mound. In and out of the glove of Liberatore. Bounce right back up to him, though, like a basketball. He picks it up and throws to first in time. Was in and out of his glove. It bounced right down to the mound and kicked right back up to him. He easily throws out Friedel. The 2-out batter, Narciso Crook, has struck out and flied to center. He's 0 for 2. Liberatore peers over the glove. He winds and brings the first one, and Crook takes a fastball over the inside corner at 95 for a called strike. Liberatore has been solid, has struck out 8 through 5 innings. No strikeouts in this frame. The 0-1, low to Crook. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mentioned his season high 9 Ks, his AAA career high as well. Talked about it. This is his first year pitching above high A. Second year in the Cardinals organization, came over in January of last year. Was at the alternate site all last year, so got some experience. 1-1. That's low. 2 balls and a strike, but not the same as pitching in actual games. And then began this year at AAA with Memphis. And hadn't pitched a real level, non-alternate site above low A before this year. Again, just his second full pro season. 2-1. Crook swings and lifts it foul onto the roof down to our right. 2-2. Get different perspectives on the alternate site. We heard TJ Friedel when we were talking to him about it, and how great it was to be able to get at bats and play. Otherwise, he may not have been able to with so many guys who weren't. But I think the consensus is it's not quite like a real game. Not quite the same. 2-2 to Crook. Up high with a fastball at 97, and now the count full with Max Schrock waiting on deck. Certainly good to be able to get the work in, and better than the alternative of no work at all and not being able to play at all. But not quite the same as games like these. Payoff to Crook. Swing and a miss, off speed down, inning over. A 1-2-3-6, then 6 scoreless innings turned in tonight by Matthew Liberatore. He's matched the season high with 9 strikeouts. We go to the 7th, no score on 790 KRD. 7th inning, no score. Game 1 of the doubleheader, a first pitch strike to Connor Capel. Capel 0 for 2 has struck out and popped out. Dowry Moretta back out for his second inning of work after working a 1-2-3-6. And indeed, it was Philip Deal loosening for just in case the Bats had scored a run and gone in front. The 0-1. Strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Righty on left-handed batter here. And now with 2 strikes, Max Schrock, the third baseman, shifts around to the right side of the infield. Barrero, the shortstop, the lone man on the left side. Hot dog eating contest coming up between games. We've got a little bit of an update. Not on the contest, but sort of related. 0-2. Just off the plate away with a fastball at 96. Moretta thought he'd struck out. Capel started to walk off the first base side of the mound, but it was called just off the outside edge, and it's 1-2. Nick Valvano perhaps here, potentially en route. Here's the 1-2. Outside, 2-2. An integral member of the Gas Bag softball team, as we pointed out to you last week, had the walk-off home run to lift them to their first win of the year. Tonight a detriment. He had to leave the game early, so it was an auto out. The Gas Bags rallied in the last inning with 13 runs, but lost 22-19 at Camp Taylor. 2-2, little floater left side, beating the shift. Capel hits it into left field. Wide turn at first. Lopez on it quickly, fires it in. A big turn. Capel went almost halfway and now scampers back to the first base bag. A little soft liner the other way to beat the shift.
Now batting number 7, Evan Mendoza.
We've seen that happen a couple of times now tonight for Memphis. Nolan Gorman did that back in the 3rd inning on his single to left. Leadoff man on for Evan Mendoza, who has been intentionally walked and has singled his last time of the 4th. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike. But that's Nick's commitment to this contest and why I think he could win. Had to leave softball early. A couple of good weeks in a row for the Gas Bags. Here's the 0-1. Shows bunt, pulls it back and takes low. A ball and a strike. That fastball at 96 missed down from Moretta. Clint Coulter comes out on deck with a pitcher spot due next. Moretta trying to keep it at a scoreless game. The 1-1 runner goes, bouncer up the middle. Barrero waits on it, foot on back, gloves, throws to first in time. Double play, nicely done there. Even with Capel in motion, that ball bounced right to Barrero, who was able to secure his foot to second, wait on the ball, fielded it for the out there, then through to first to turn the 6-3 double play for the first 2 outs of the inning. And now the pinch hitter, Clint Coulter, right-handed batter. Listed as a catcher on this Memphis roster, also plays a bit of outfield as well. Righty on righty, first one. This is low, ball 1. Coulter entering the night having hit in 4 straight games before last night. Entered the series having hit 4 in a row. He struck out swinging in a pinch hit spot in the 9th inning yesterday. He looks at a strike, and it's 1-1. Coulter on the season hitting .341 in 20 games, 6 home runs, 13 RBIs. Homered 4 times in their series against Norfolk last week. The 1-1 off the plate away, 2 balls and a strike. Fastball at 96. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 7th, the Bats have 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order due. Schrock, Rodriguez, and Taylor. It looks like they'll be facing the righty Cody Whitley, who continues to loosen in the Memphis pen. 2-1. Coulter reaches up and skies it foul over our head, out of play. 2-2. That was an elevated 95-mile-per-hour heater. Beretta strike away from it, sending this one into the bottom of the last, scoreless. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got the fastball by Coulter at 96 to end the inning. Ahead, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 7th, scoreless. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD. Bottom of the 7th, Bats need a run for their 4th walk-off win of the year. Max Schrock leads it off, the new pitcher for the Redbirds. The right-hander Cody Whitley, the 26-year-old from Clayton, North Carolina, called to the bullpen, brought to you by Campbellsville University, Louisville. Schrock 1 for 2, righty on left-handed batter. First pitch grounded up the middle. Shortstop charges Mendoza, throws off balance to first in time. Nice play. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the home 7th. Now Alfredo Rodriguez, who has struck out and lined softly to left. He's 0 for 2. Matthew Liberatore, 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, no walks, matched the season and AAA high with 9 strikeouts. 93 pitches, 64 for strikes. He, like O'Brien, will not factor in the decision. Both starters excellent tonight. Now Whitley working his 3rd Memphis game, an ERA of 3 innings, a run on a hit rather. No walks, 3 Ks. First one to Rodriguez, swung on and bounced foul to the backstop. Strike 1. Righty on righty. Lefty Phillip Deal back up in the Louisville bullpen. That's trying to get a walk-off win number 4 of the year. The 0-1 swung on and fouled onto the roof to our right. 0-2. They walked off twice against Indianapolis. Once in the first game of the series, once in the last. Walk-off grand slam, Michael DeLeon. A walk-off single for Brantley Bell. And then they walked off in the Memphis series here a couple of weeks ago. And the Wednesday night game on July 7th, TJ Friedel with a walk-off single in the 10th. Rodriguez takes down 1 ball and 2 strikes. Whitley, a 27th round pick of the Cardinals back in 2017 out of Mount Olive College in North Carolina. Swinging a foul ball back, and the count holds 1-2. Pitched in 4 games in the big leagues with the Cardinals last year to a 1.93 ERA. Has pitched at 3 different levels this year. 6 appearances, 1 start at Springfield at Double-A, 1-2 with a 13.50. Has made 12 big league appearances in relief for the Cardinals, a 6.10 ERA. That pitch down, and it's 2-2. Most recently optioned from St. Louis to this Memphis team on the 11th of July. Pitched on rehab in June with Springfield after going on the Cardinals injured list May 30th with back spasms. 2-2. Swing and a slow tapper up the third baseline. It is a fair ball as Whitley tried to pick it up. He slipped down. They weren't going to have a shot at Rodriguez anyway. Whitley tried to pick that ball up, think Sanchez wanted to let it try to kick foul. I don't know that it would have, but they had no shot at him. He was already most of the way to first. An infield hit for Rodriguez, and now the winning run on first base with one out.
Number 16, Bo Taylor.
Here's Bo Taylor. 0 for 2 tonight, has struck out and grounded out. Righty on left-handed batter. First one from Whitley, and Taylor takes low, ball one. Whitley started the year at the Cardinals' alternate site, was recalled on April 13th. 4 days later, optioned back. 2 weeks later, recalled again, and then was in the big leagues for the full month before going on the injured list. Swing and a foul ball straight back to the net, 1-1 on Taylor. And then about a month after he went on the injured list, May 30th, June 26th, he went on the rehab assignment to Springfield. Activated from the injured list 10 days ago, an option to this Memphis team. Made it to AAA for 16 appearances with Memphis 2 years ago. The pitch, swing and a fly ball, hit in the air toward left center. Over that way, the left fielder Capel makes the catch. Rodriguez halfway and now backpedals back to first base. 2 outs. And now Michael DeLeon.
Now batting number 2, Michael DeLeon.
He is 2 for 2 on the night. A single to left both times up. He'll bat left for the first time tonight against the righty Whitley. We talked about it. He's responsible for one of the 3 walk-off wins for the Bats. He had the walk-off grand slam on reopening night here back on June 22nd. First pitch to him, and that's a strike over the outside edge. Off speed from Whitley. He's trying to get one more out and send this game to extras. Bats trying to get one across and win it. They have the winning run at first now with 2 outs. The 0-1 to DeLeon. Line drive, looper into right. That's down for a hit. Rodriguez turns second, digging for third. Nootbaar's throw there is not in time. Winning run to third base. DeLeon 3 for 3. A single. He goes to second on the throw to third. Rodriguez safe at third. 2 in scoring position, 2 out for the pinch hitter, Jonathan Willems. And what a chance for this guy in his young AAA career. Willems, 2 for 16 at the plate with the Bats, with an RBI. Chance to walk him off here. Yesterday, Willems got the start at second base, was 1 for 4 in that game. And he comes to bat in a pinch hit spot here, hitting for the pitcher. Willems, when he was promoted to Louisville back on June 29th, advanced beyond high A for the first time in his career. 19 games at high A with Dayton this year, hitting .216. Right-handed batter, first one from Whitley, a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch down. And Willems trying to play the role of hero for the Bats. Rodriguez with a lead from third, DeLeon at second. His run doesn't really matter. The 0-1, low and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. High drama in the 7th inning of a game scheduled for 7. Game 1 of the doubleheader here at Louisville Slugger Field. 2 in scoring position with 2 out in a scoreless game. 1-1 to Willems. He swings and lifts a fly ball toward right center. Over that way, the center fielder Hurst. He makes the catch That ends the inning, and we head to extras. Going to the 8th, scoreless. Extra innings here at Louisville Slugger Field, game 1 of the doubleheader. New pitcher for the Bats, the left-hander Philip Deal. 27-year-old from Cincinnati on to work, becomes the 3rd Bats pitcher. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Match Cigar Bar, a timeless classic. Voted the #1 bourbon bar in Kentuckiana by Louisville.com and boasting over 100 top-flight bourbons and ryes, as well as other whiskeys, spirits, beer, wine, and classic cocktails. Come try our famous cigar box, smoked old-fashioned in Match Cigar Bar. Dowry Moretta, 2 scoreless innings, a hit, a strikeout. Evan Mendoza starts at second, and the first pitch bunted foul by Scott Hurst. Top of the order here for Memphis. Strike 1 on Hurst. Mendoza starting at second base as the pitcher spot made the last out. So Mendoza, the 8-hitter, allowed to start at second. Hurst is 0 for 3 as flied out, struck out, and grounded out. Lefty on lefty as Deal on to work. Scoreless game in the 8th. And a game scheduled for 7. Showing bunt, pulling it back is Hurst, and that pitch misses down, a ball and a strike. Deal 2-0 with a 2.22 ERA. This is league-leading 30th appearance. A save in 3 tries, has allowed 24 hits in 28 1/3 innings, has walked 5 and struck out 39. The lefty readies the 1-1, showing bunt, pulling it back Hurst, and the pitch misses away. 2 balls and a strike. Bats are in extras for the 11th time this year. They're 4-6 in extras. Memphis in extras for the 13th time this year. The Redbirds are 5-7 in extras. Here's the 2-1. There's a bunt, third base side, on the grass, scooped up by Schrock, throws to first, low, the glove came off of Rodriguez, covering, racing for the plate, Mendoza, he scores, and it is 1-0 Memphis. Schrock opted to play it up the third base line. And then the low throw, Rodriguez pulled his hand out of his glove as I think the foot of Hurst was crossing the bag. That's going to be a bunt single for Hurst. The run scores on an E5 charge to Schrock. The throwing error, the second Louisville error of this game, and the Redbirds have taken a 1-0 lead. No RBI for Hurst. And that's like a doubly unearned run now. Here's Kramer Robertson, 1 for 3, reached on an infield single in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. He squares the bunt, bunts at third base side, charging Schrock, bare hands, no throw this time. Robertson lays down a really good bunt that died on the grass, and a bunt single for him. Back-to-back bunt hits to begin the 8th, and the Redbirds have gone in front 1-0.
Now batting number 12,
Here's Nolan Gorman. 1 for 3. He singled to left in the 3rd. Some bad luck here for Deal to start it. And on the first bunt single by Hurst, that ball was rolling off the grass toward the dirt. Schrock had 2 options to do what he did and try to make the play. And it would have been close at first. First pitch to Gorman, lefty on lefty. Breaking ball misses away, ball 1. But just a funky play at first base. Rodriguez, the second baseman, was covering with De Leon crashing, and the ball hit his glove, and his hand came out of his glove. Here's the 1-0. That's off the plate away. 2 balls and no strikes. I think the runner, Hurst, was crossing first base and kind of stepped right on the glove as he's trying to field the throw. Other choice would have been to see if it would have gone foul. Not sure if it would have. 2-0, lifted in the air, foul off the third base side and onto the upper level, onto the roof, in fact. It kicks down below. 2-1. It was tough to tell if it would have or not. And Schrock obviously has a better idea of what the English was than we do have up here. 2-1. Swung on, hit in the air, down the left field line. That pushes off well, foul to the concourse. 2-2. And then Robertson dropped down a nice bunt to bunt his way on, and the Redbirds looking for some insurance. They have 2 on with nobody out. A run in here in the 8th and a 1-0 lead. 2-2 to Gorman. Swing and a miss. Deal got the fastball by him. That baby had some movement on it, and there's 1 out. 8th strikeout of the night for Bats pitching. Here's Juan Yepez. 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch in the 2nd. It slid to left both times up since. Lefty on right-handed batter. Mentioned the Redbirds playing in their 13th game to go extras this year. They only played in 4 extra inning games all of 2019. They were 2-2 in extras. And this is number 13 here a couple of years later. First pitch to Yepez. He didn't mean to, but went around on an off-speed pitch up and away. Strike 1. The Bats played in 13 extra inning games in 19, and this is their 11th of this year. In game 66, 1/6 of their games as of tonight have gone beyond the scheduled distance. Step off and right back on by Deal. He's trying to keep this at just the 1 run. And a step off as he looks. The runner at second, Hurst, back to the back. Deal ball behind the back as he looks in for the sign from Taylor. The lefty has it. He sets at the chest. 0-1 to Yepez. Up and away. Same pitch he went around on. He laid off that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's a second doubleheader game the Bats have played to go past the distance this year. Memphis mentioned game 2 of the doubleheader with Memphis back on the 9th of July here. Went 8. The pitch. Swung on and foul to the netting. Straight behind the plate, 1-2. That 8-inning game was the last time the Redbirds have gone extras. They hadn't played one again until now here tonight. The Bats last went extras in Nashville last week. They lost an 11-inning 5-4 game on Thursday in Nashville. 1-2. Swing and a miss on an elevated fastball. Yepez gone on strikes. 2 outs. After back-to-back bunt singles, back-to-back Ks for Deal. And now 9 on the night for Louisville pitching. 2-out batter Lars Nootbaar. 1 for 3. He doubled in the 2nd, has grounded out both times up since. Lefty on lefty. By the way, nobody throwing in the Memphis bullpen, so it certainly looks like Cody Whitley will be the man to go back out there in the bottom half of this inning. First one to Nootbaar. It bends over the outside corner for a called strike. The 0-1. Swung on and fouled onto the roof above us. A fastball, 0-2, and now Deal a strike away from getting through the inning with only having allowed the runner that started at second to score. Haven't seen the breakdown. Would love to see percentages on how often that run scores or doesn't score. Seems like the extra inning runner scores more often than not. Here's the 0-2. Just low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Of course, that run automatically goes as an unearned run if it scores. Deal works from the stretch. The 1-2 in the dirt, blocked by Taylor. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And much to the chagrin of some, a lengthy game 1 of the doubleheader. Deal steps off the rubber, right back on. Clock wasn't running anyway. Now we're ready. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase one down low. Inning over. Redbirds get an unearned run. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 1-0 Memphis. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD. Headed to the bottom of the 8th. 1-0. The Memphis lead. The Redbirds got the unearned run in the top half of the inning. And now Cody Whitley back out after working a scoreless 7th, back on for the 8th. It is Malik Smith, I think. Yeah, Malik Smith will start at second base for the Bats. So he is going to pinch run in the 9 spot of the batting order. A great runner to have up there, Alejo Lopez, to lead off the inning. Switch hitter, bats left against the righty Whitley. Ground ball up the middle, charging the second baseman Gorman. Its only play is the first. The throw is in time for the first out. So Lopez out for 3, but moves the runner along to third. So the tying run to third base in the form of Malik Smith with 1 out. And here's Jose Barrero. 1 for 3, singled in the 3rd. He lined to short his last time in the 6th. He has been an RBI machine for the Bats. He's joining this team. 16 RBIs in his first 17 AAA games. The Redbirds bring the infield in. Righty on righty, first one from Whitley, swung on and fouled back to the net, strike 1. We've seen Barrero get into a few, 4 home runs, all of them in Nashville, is yet to homer in this ballpark as a bat. Doesn't need to do that to tie the game though, just looking for something to get in the air. Smith runs extremely well. It doesn't even have to be terribly deep. Here's a swing and a foul ball back off the underside of the roof and into a sweep. 0-2, and evidently a programming note. I think the hot dog contest has been moved to the top of one of the dugouts. So if you were headed out to the Miller Time Tap House, I think they've moved it in. 0-2 to Barrero. Up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bats trying to come away with a walk-off win here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the 8th. Extra innings. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Barrero chase one down low for out number 2. First strikeout for Whitley, 10th of the game for Memphis pitching.
Now batting number 6, TJ Friedel.
And here's TJ Friedel, 0 for 3. Righty on left-handed batter. First one to Friedel, and it misses low, ball 1. Friedel has come up with one of the Bats' walk-off hits this year. The 1-0, up high, a fastball, 2 balls and no strikes. Smith runs incredibly well as left-hander CNL Perez starting to throw in the Bats' bullpen. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss, off speed, Friedel out in front. Here's the 2-1. That's low. 3 balls and a strike on Friedel with Narciso Crook waiting on deck. Any mistake at the plate, Smith will take the opportunity to try to score. 3-1. Low, ball 4. Friedel works the walk. So that puts the winning run on base. They're at the corners with 2 outs for Narciso Crook, who is 0 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. And here comes the Memphis manager, Ben Johnson, out of the dugout, going to the mound to meet with his entire infield. Nobody throwing in the Redbirds bullpen. So not a change here, just a meeting. It's with the entire infield. They're all huddled around the pitching rubber. It is Cody Whitley's ball game. The Bats had 5 walk-off wins 2 years ago, and Narciso Crook was responsible for one of those. A walk-off RBI single against Columbus on the 29th of June a couple of years ago. Trying to provide a big moment here for the Bats in Game 1 of the doubleheader tonight on National Hot Dog Day. Smith at third, the pinch runner. Friedel walked. He's at first. 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning and a game scheduled for 7. Whitley versus Crook, righty on righty. Here's the first pitch. Crook takes a strike called off speed on the outside corner. Crook immediately shakes his head. He thought that was off the plate away. So did Buddy Bat, who's on top of the Louisville dugout, third base side. He spikes the glove, not happy with that call. But Crook behind a strike. Here's the 0-1. That misses down low. A fastball at 94 from Whitley. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefty Raver San Martin, lefty Austin Warner, the Louisville native, set to start Game 2. That'll follow about 30 minutes after Game 1. 1-1 to Crook. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. 1-2, and the Redbirds now a strike away from a Game 1 win. Kevin Mahar walks near the third base bag to give some instruction to Malik Smith. Friedel's short lead at first, held on by the first baseman, Yepes. Whitley ready, the 1-2. Low and outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sanchez a couple of looks down to third, and Al Smith walks back to the third base bag. Crook trying to come through with a big hit. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. Behind the bag, backhanded by the second baseman. Gorman off balance throw. Tag put on by the first baseman. Yepes. Crook out. Ball game over. The Redbirds take Game 1 in extras. They defeat the Bats by the final score of 1-0. Memphis has won 10 consecutive games. 1-0 in 8, the final. We'll come back with all the totals in a moment. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD.